All right, welcome back, guys. We are on for our second match now of the Overwatch PIT Championships North America Group B, day number 4, Rogues doubleheader. They're going to be facing off against You Guys Get Paid. I'm Jamerson, and once again, joining me, it is going to be Hurix. Match number 2.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to this one. I mean, again, this is the start of You Guys Get Paid sealing their own fate, whether they're going to be able to secure a spot in the playoffs or not. They're sitting right now at 0-3. If we look at the standings at the moment after this last game, Rogue now is sitting at the top after that win against Team Liquid that we just witnessed, that quick and easy 2-0, just running through that squad there. But Rogue now has to beat out the team that's currently sitting in last place. Again, I just imagine Rogue is going to be able to pretty much just run this one through. This first map that we are going to be seeing is going to be Eichenwald. That is going to come up first. And Rogue right now has a 2-0 start already on this particular map and certainly looking incredibly strong. So I imagine they're just going to be able to set a pretty good pace going into this map and just get an early lead going into this one as well, just as we saw with Kings Row. And it should be cut and dry, I have to imagine. For You Guys Get Paid today, we actually are going to be seeing KSF coming back for this roster and is going to be coming in for that last DPS spot. I think this is probably, I mean, this guy was insane yesterday, and I think he did very, very well. I mean, we'll have to see if this is going to be, if that was like a kind of like a one-off, or if he's going to be consistent in this on this team, but also in this role with his performance as well. But going into this one, I definitely still think, regardless of KSF's performance, I think Rogue's just too strong holistically as a team, as a full roster, that they're just going to be able to make this look pretty easy for themselves and be able to go 2-0 on the day, 4-0 on the group. But we are going to be ready to jump into Eichenwald here. Again, this is Rogue versus You Guys Get Paid here, and match number 2 here. This is day 4 of Group B.
Yeah, and currently Rogue just looking absolutely immaculate. Their decision-making and team fights have been spectacular. Unco, as a support player, both on Ana and Zenyatta, has been highly impactful so far. There were moments even on Kings Row in our last matchup where he was taking 3v1s and just stalling so long that he was allowing his team to fight 5v3s much earlier on in the points. And then from there, I would say Unco was probably one of the bigger carries, but hey, we have a complete all-star lineup coming out on the side of Rogue. Nico was also pulling his weight handedly, I would say, on that Genji, along with AKM and Soon, both just being stars themselves. And we can't, knock Nox either on that. I believe it was mostly Winston throughout the majority of that play coming out. He was doing a great job of just creating space for his team. Anytime there was like a nano visor coming up, he would jump right on top of the soldier, eat up most of it with his primal rage. I mean, this entire team is just so scary to watch.
And we will see what I imagine is going to be a Space actually going over to the McCree at the moment. This is actually something I didn't really expect. We'll have to see if he's going to be sticking with this or not. But Rogue, obviously nothing out of the ordinary for these guys, going over to their standard composition. And it looks as though Space is sticking on this one. Okay, he is going to make the swap over to the soldier there, as would be expected, I have to say. But nonetheless, we are going to be seeing the Zenyatta here from Mr. Squishy, and again, that defensive Ana coming out from Unco there here on Eichenwald.
Yeah, Mr. Squishy is going to be the crux of this composition, I would say, on the side of You Guys Get Paid. As long as he can keep the orbs, healing orbs, on the right targets when they're in the back line. Beast Halo is definitely going to need that against his composition, but it's going to be Nox that actually starts off the fight. He jumps on into the middle, getting the kill onto Psychowaffle, actually knocking him off with that jump, and soon finding a double kill. He's going to put a shutdown on this fight, but KSF answers right on back, taking him out. And now they're all jumping onto Beast Halo in the back, though, so that's going to be Nico that gets that kill. And now they're on the hunt for Mr. Squishy. He should be joining his team in the respawn queue soon. There it is.
Really good defense actually coming out from Rogue to be able to help out Nico there. Good support coming out primarily from Unco, a little bit from Nox as well, as they slid over and made sure that Nico didn't die off there from the Winston. I mean, Beast Halo was all over him, so I mean, that definitely could have gone the other way, and if it would have gone that way, then they wouldn't have been able to make that defense, I don't think. But otherwise, Unco sitting here with that Nano booster at the ready, and so, ooh, actually, if he would have landed that biter grenade, that would have been insane. But we will see AKM and Unco just holding this back line a little bit up top here. Good positioning coming out from them, as Soon actually is doing most of the work up front here.
Yeah, Nox once again with the opening frag on that team fight, immediately taking out that Lucio. I believe it was Psycho Waffle who went down there initially. Man, this defense looking really good, but on the side of the offense, they're looking rather hesitant when they try to push in. They've been going for this left side push. Now they're going to go ahead and split their forces, and they're going to try and engage onto Rogue first.
But we will see the aggression coming out from Nico. He's already all over Mr. Squishy, but the rest of his team was just eliminated so easily there by KSF, who just came alive there with the Dragon Blade, and we saw a lot of aggression from the rest of the team. They were able to take out AKM and Unko, and that was the primary defense that Rogue was relying on, actually, to be able to secure that that fight that we just saw. And just really, really good execution coming out from You Guys Get Paid to secure this first point.
Yeah, it was great awareness on the ultimate timings coming out on the side of You Guys Get Paid. They jumped immediately on AKM, who did just go down once again. Beast Halo pushing forward. He had that primal rage. They're going to start staggering the defense here as soon as able to back away, and Unko will make it to the safety of his team, but Moffat is still on the chase here.
And they're just all up in Rogue's grill right now, just trying to get up in their face and try to take some more picks, as we do see just one player here on the point, and I think it is going to be Psycho Waffle. It is going to be Psycho Waffle. KSF now trying to find some kills, but he is going to get pushed back there by Nox. AKM going to be able to find that kill, and Unko going to be able to follow suit with that kill on Moffat, and now Rogue with an opportunity to just clean up on the point, and they should be able to pull this one off, but Genji actually, KSF jumping all over AKM, and he's got him incredibly low at 8 HP. Nico going to be finding 3 kills for himself, though. Make it 4 there with AKM's help, with the Helix Rocket coming out as well.
And that got opened up by Soon. Soon realized that there was only one person on the payload. It was more than likely going to be Psycho Waffle. He couldn't take that duel, so he immediately jumped onto the backline, making his way through the castle. And then from there, he saw the rest of You Guys Get Paid, trying to back up and regroup with the team. We do have the Tactical Visor coming out, but Mr. Squish is going to go ahead and pop that Tranquility, that Transcendence. They're trying to stay alive at this point, as Soon does fall to himself, and now it's going to be Beast Halo pushing forward, gets that kill onto AKM. We got the Primal Rage getting popped by Nox, and he was able to back them away just a little bit. Is he going to be able to buy enough time? No, Moffat getting the kill onto Wins now. He will be able to clean up Mr. Squishy, but the respawn is definitely in favor of the offense at this point. And
we will see Nox taken care of. That's certainly going to give a pretty good advantage to You Guys Get Paid, and the big one we're looking for here is KSF's Dragon Blade. That's certainly going to come out, and they're going to have a little bit of a duel here with the blades. Nico with one of his own. And now we do see Nox coming off of that respawn. Soon going to be able to find that kill on Mr. Squishy, though, so it's a 6v5 now for Rogue.
Yeah, Soon just camping the spawn here. He is a little bit out of position, as Psycho Waffle is going to go ahead and pop that sound barrier. Now we do have Beast Halo once again beasting out. He's got that Primal Rage, but on the payload to fight, it is going to be a 3v3. Moffat getting that kill onto Nox, though. Now they are starting to clean up the defenders, but just a 3v3 fight until Nico comes in with that Dragon Blade, and he's going to clean up Moffat. They will be able to put a stop to this payload just before it gets to the checkpoint.
And now Soon charged up with that Pulse Bomb. He's been very good about getting those opening picks so far, and putting pressure on Mr. Squishy has been hugely impactful for this squad. With that Pulse Bomb at the ready, I imagine he's going to be looking for another one of those kinds of opportunities, and 140 on the clock remains here for You Guys Get Paid to make a play. Moffat with the Pulse Bomb of his own, looking for that play, and he is going to be jumping right into the back line. Does land a stick onto AKM!
Yeah, Nox getting that kill onto KSF, immediately taking him out of the equation, and Nox once again, Primal Rage, Nox space off, finds a second kill onto Psycho Waffle. They're going to hold on. Now we do have the reset coming out from Beast Halo here. They did try to make a good push coming out through that castle, almost backcapped it there. If they had just gotten possibly the 2 other members onto the payload first, it was so close coming out from You Guys Get Paid, but now it's coming down to the wires, the last minute on the clock for You Guys Get Paid here on Eichenwald.
And Mr. Squishy has been very dealt with so far, particularly by Soon, who's been all up in his face, was able to find that Pulse Bomb as well. Same timing that we saw Moffat able to find that kill, but it is going to be AKM trying to stay alive here as he pulls out his own Tactical Visor, and that's going to be actually nano boosted as he gets pushed off there by Psycho Waffle.
But Beast Halo will actually be able to jump right back onto the bridge as the sound barrier does come out on the side of Rogue, but they have no health behind it once it dissipates, and now they are starting to get cleaned up. Beast Halo even going to use that Primal Rage to knock around Nico, and it's just Nico along with Wins trying to keep this alive. We do have AKM. He has respawned, but still he's in the middle of 4 members of You Guys Get Paid, and now Soon's the only member here to try and contest this, but You Guys Get Paid. They'll be able to secure it and get another minute or so on the clock. Now they are immediately trying to get on the hunt for these respawners. Nico starting to get focused down here. He is getting healed up by his team. Will be able to make it back to the safety of his team, as the pulse bomb did come out from Moffat. Didn't quite connect though.
Not a lot of time to work through this last section of the map. You basically need, I mean, really kind of 2 to 3 fights to be able to actually secure this point, and we will see a lot of opportunities actually for Rogue to kind of contest this. We do see a lot of ults coming out already as KSF pulls out the Dragon Blade, and he's looking for some kills. They actually find 2 to start things off, but really, I mean, nothing was pulled out on the side of Rogue at all, so they're just going to be stalling the point out a little bit and basically holding out until basically essentially the last second here, so they can just make one clean team wipe and close the map out. I have to imagine is basically the game plan here.
Yeah, they have 2 offensive ultimates on the side of the defense. As Nox pushes forward, it's going to be Space that gets that kill onto Soon, but you guys get paid have backed off right now, and Moffat getting cleaned up there is going to stagger them just a little bit and buy a little bit more time for Win to try and get that sound barrier for that 6 ultimate last fight.
And we will see kills coming out, and oh, Nico! Turning the Helix rocket back around onto Mr. Squishy. I think one of his own orbs as well with a headshot, and he's able to secure that kill. That's huge for them to be able to, I mean, that's basically going to secure it, that it's only going to be 1 fight, and it's going to be off of a delay. It's going to be not very well executed, I have to imagine, as they're going to be trying to come off, I mean, very, very quick. And we finally see this starting off as Mr. Squishy looking for opportunity to Transcendence once he comes in. He does pull it out. Dragon Blade coming out from Nico as the Tactical Visor comes out as well. And man, Rogue, I'm not sure if they... Oh, they actually do manage to hold on, it looks like here, as they already got 3 kills. Unko in such a good position here, Jamerson.
Yeah, Unko landed a great biotic nade there, so he dealt with that Transcendence expertly, and now it's all just down to Beast Halo to keep this alive. It's in overtime. He's down about 1 HP. He gets cleaned up. No one's going to be able to make it on the point, and Rogue will finally put a stop so you guys get paid. But valiant effort coming out from the offensive. They were just about to turn that corner here in the final castle phase.
Unko is an absolute monster, man. Absolute monster. And Rogue's... probably the best thing I think about Rogue with their dive composition is that they just know they're so good at managing to, you know, control spacing, but also just their knowledge of positioning and their knowledge of their surroundings, where to be with the composition is huge. And I think that a lot of that comes down to obviously guys like AKM and Unko, but to a larger part, I would say Nox as well, as he's in charge of making sure that that space works for those 2 guys. But certainly, I mean, it worked well for them in that last fight because, you know, they were... I don't know. I don't remember exactly what ults they wound up pulling out, so it's hard to say that, you know, you guys get paid was at a little bit of an ult advantage, but we saw Rogue kind of falling a little bit, and we saw them staggering a little bit as well, and just getting on the back foot, and they were able to battle back just because of the positioning that they actually had, and we saw them just battling back. They found 3 kills pretty quickly into the fight, and were able to transition and basically make a quick pivot and just carry that momentum to win the fight out. And now they're on the attacking side, and while their defense has, you know, it hasn't been very dominant on the defensive side, their attacking side definitely have been incredibly dominant. And I imagine that's going to be the case once again here. You know, all they really need to do is basically just not even close the map out, but get pretty close here to be able to take this first map. And again, they're already 2-0 on Eichenwald so far throughout this group stage, and looking to make that a 3rd.
Yeah, but once Rogue take point A, or if they take point A, just watching them seamlessly transition from the offense to the streets phase and then to the 3rd final phase on King's Row, they looked absolutely immaculate. Now we'll see if you guys get paid can try and put a halt to them here, but it's, I think, it's going to come largely down to space. We noticed in the last offense coming up from you guys get paid, they were able to jump on to AKM, who's playing that soldier. He did have his tactical visor at the ready, but they were able to shut him down immediately at the onset of the fight, and that's how they were able to take point A. And now it's going to be AKM playing this Pharah to try and get the long range poke damage off onto them.
He only really has to land a couple of shots initially to actually get the ball rolling, but he hasn't been able to get something quite yet. Now he actually has landed some stuff. He's going to be able to communicate that, and now Rogue is actually going to get very aggressive. Look at them just jumping in right after that's communicated here, and we do see them just all over. You guys get paid. Soon going to be able to find that kill, but they need to actually save AKM, and that's not going to be the case, and it seems as though, despite the fact that we saw a great start for Rogue, they just weren't able to finish out, and Rogue actually now trying to battle their way back into it, and they have managed to do this again with Soon coming up huge.
Yeah, it was a 3v2 fight there towards the latter end, and they were just able to focus in. Psycho Waffle will be able to make it onto the point, and both supports just trying to keep this alive. Psycho drops along with Mr. Squishy there, and now Beast Halo just trying to delay for as long as possible, but he immediately gets cleaned up by Unko. Orbs of Discord just way too strong here. Now here we go. Rogue on the rotations here. They're trying to catch out any respawns.
I mean, that's the thing. You take out three humongous threats in AKM, Nico, and Unko, and the fact that they just still have one of those threats alive soon with another pulse bomb kill should be able to just take another as Nox goes ahead and pushes Beast Halo off the map as well. If I'm not mistaken, he actually kind of just let himself jump off, but nonetheless, I mean, again, just so many threats on this roster that you have to deal with that even though you take out 3 of them pretty convincingly, that's just not enough, man. That's not enough at all, and they're able to secure that first point. And again, you talked about that transition from first point into the rest of the match, and this is exactly it here. I don't like the transcendence that came out there from the side of Rogue, but nonetheless, I think they are still going to be able to battle this one forward and continue this payload pushing forward.
Oh, nano boost onto space. He's going to pop that tactical visor as AKM was just trying to crouch and hide, but he will finally get cleaned up there by space. But they committed 2 ultimates to only get 1 kill and ultimately lose that team fight. And we even saw, actually, Psycho Waffle was on the payload trying to contest against Wins and just try to stall them for as long as possible, but unfortunately he went down pretty quickly. Nox cleaning up Beast Halo, and now once again, Rogue all the way over here soon is put to sleep, but immediately they're going to back him up.
And look how scattered the defensive side of You Guys Get Paid is. They are all over the place, man. I mean, Mr. Squishy was able to get some heals, but he finally made his way back over to his team, but he's going to get jumped on. Rogue going to be able to find that kill. Looks like they are going to be able to secure this. Oh, not quite yet, but very soon they will be able to secure this. Nico with an opportunity to pull out the Dragon Blade here, but doesn't really even need to. They should be able to wipe this one up. That's going to be it. AKM finding that kill with the Helix Rocket, and soon, again, just creating all of this space here. Again, the attacking side of Rogue is just unstoppable, Jamerson.
Yeah, at this point on the defense, Eric's, they just need to wait and spawn. They can't linger at all because this offense is just so strong coming out from Rogue. They're finding these picks like space going down as soon as Pulse Bomb right there. Basically right outside the spawn door. Transcendence is going to get popped. Dragon Blade comes out from Nico. He's on the hunt for Psycho. He should be going down soon. The sound barrier keeping him alive for now, but right now AKM pushing forward with that tactical visor. Take a look at this pace. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. Beast Halo even tries to charge on in. He gets cleaned up for 13. So much time left there, and they just completed this map out expertly. You Guys Get Paid, unfortunately, kept trickling out of their spawn and getting cleaned up by this highly mobile offense coming out on the side of Rogue.
And I think a lot of that had to do with Soon there. Soon definitely came alive in that particular map, certainly on the offense. I think on that first point attack, he was a huge reason. I hope this is actually the play of the game because we didn't get to see it from his point of view initially, but it's actually not going to be that play. Unfortunately, it looks like this is going to be just him finding that nice pulse bomb stick that we actually did get to watch, and that's going to be Beast Halo falling off as well. And again, Soon just creating so much space for the rest of the team, and I think a lot was left to be desired from You Guys Get Paid's ability to just, you know, get back into the fight and be able to, you know, just collectivize once again and just get back together and pull everything together and actually fight as a team, because that whole second point, they were just staggering in one at a time, getting killed off, basically solo, getting zoned out. And obviously Rogue did a lot to set that up, but I think You Guys Get Paid played into that very much as well. So yeah. I think that was a huge mistake on their part. Now going into the second map, it is going to be Ilios, and I talked before about going up against a team like Rogue. There's not a lot of options for you as a team. You Guys Get Paid lost already to FaZe on their first game. I think that was actually on the first day that they wound up playing FaZe, and they lost that one. I think that was 3-1 scoreline, if I'm not mistaken. So certainly not looking incredibly strong on Ilios. But going up against a team like Rogue, you never really know what's going to happen. I imagine, though, again, it should be pretty easy here for Rogue to be able to close this one out, and should end in a 2-0 here for you guys, or for Rogue. But another thing to think about is KSF wasn't there on that first day. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Rena playing that day. So Now that they have this other guy, is he going to be enough of an impact, or did they make enough changes in the time since their first showing on Ilios for them to be able to contend with an even tougher team than FaZe in Rogue on this particular map, where they already didn't really have that great of a performance, losing out 3-1 on that one? So that's basically the question right now that I would have to be asking myself. And going into this map again, there wasn't a lot of options for them in the map pool, as Rogue is, I would say, a lot more consistent on all of them. Again, the map pool for this current week right now, which ends, I think we start over on Sunday or Monday, I don't remember exactly. But it is going to be Watchpoint Gibraltar, Ilios, Dorado, Kings Row, and Eichenwald. So we haven't seen Dorado yet today, but now going into Ilios here, I might have to switch things around a little bit here before we actually jump into the game. We'll have to see once we get in there. Yeah, we are going to have to switch it.
And so I think a little bit of the saving grace on the side of you guys get paid. This was the one map that Rogue did struggle on against FaZe. It went to map number 5. It came down to the wire. They had a little difficulty dealing with Widowmaker, but I don't really know if anyone on the side of you guys get paid can play Widowmaker. I mean, we saw Shadowburn actually lighting up the kill feed when he tried his hand at Widow on Ruins, I believe, against Rogue here, but right now, it looks like on the side of Rogue, they are going to be picking up the Pharmacy combo, along with a pretty heavy dive combo. Nico picking up the Diva, Nox on the Winston, and then, of course, soon on that Tracer of his.
So nothing, I would say, all too new, actually, coming out from Rogue, and they've pulled out the Pharmacy before. Nico has pulled out that Diva as well, and I imagine that they've been able to make some adjustments and some changes since their performance yesterday, so I think they're going to be able to go ahead and do a lot better and make a much better performance, certainly against a team that isn't particularly strong on Ilios, but we'll have to see as things are starting up here, and we do see that same style of composition coming out as well. I think that, yeah, mirror compositions actually for both of these teams at the moment.
All right, the Sky Battles, nothing amounting of it quite yet. KSF not able to land a shot, but it's going to be Moffat that drops down low. Nox was on the hunt for that, and now Beast Halo tries to get into the back line, but he's there by himself, and he's starting to get focused down. He will go down to Nox, and now it's going to be a 5v5 fight. Make that a 5v3 as AKM and Soon just starting to clean up the rest of you guys get paid, and that's going to be Rogue taking the point first.
And AKM has already had a little bit of time to warm up, as we saw him already on both Eichenwald and Kings Row today on this Pharah, so he's certainly looking a little bit better. He's definitely ahead in terms of landing those rockets. He got 2 direct hits at the very end of that last one to be able to get himself a little bit ahead in terms of that ult charge, and now he's going to be going into a little bit of an air fight here with this Pharah. He already lands one, he lands the second. That's AKM starting things off with a 6v5 as he's all over Moffat as well.
Yeah, and we also saw Soon actually getting focused down by, Psycho Waffle getting focused down by Soon. And Nox there in the back line. These supports just not having an easy day as Space gets demeched by Nico. It's going to be AKM that finishes off that kill.
My man has created some sort of targeting system for this Pharah, and he's landing these shots pretty well. I mean, somehow able to find that hit on Mr. Squishy as well, he's basically just forced completely down now, trying to just LOS away from AKM. But I mean, this Pharah battle so far has gone largely in favor of AKM so far, and he has that barrage at the ready, and we're seeing some contest actually come out from KSF, and he's jumping in, but Nico already starting things off, does find the kill onto Mercy.
Yeah, the self-destruct actually went off right in front of his face. We've got the res coming out. Is that going to be enough, though? There we go. Space is able to get the self-destruct, takes out wins, but Soon cleaning up KSF now. It is going to be, once again, a 5v5 fight on the point, as we do have Nox. Going to go ahead and use that Primal Rage. It's going to go and focus down Psycho Waffle as Soon as starting to clean up Space. Once again, going down. Mr. Squishy, fortunately, trying to get in for the res. He does get, it looks like, just the one man off of that, and he's slowly falling to his doom there in the well. Oh, no.
And AKM going to be able to kill off Psycho Waffle. So not only do they find those kills, but they take out those ultimates as well. Space jumping onto the point. AKM going to be able to find those kills alongside Soon. And it's just a matter of time here before Rogue very convincingly finds this first map in their favor. And again, this is a best of 5. So, I mean, definitely looking good for them to be able to close this one out. They're already up 1-0 in the set. Now up 1-0 on the map as well.
Eric's, things aren't looking good at all for you guys get paid. I mean, this is looking, unfortunately, like complete Pug style gameplay coming out from you guys get paid. There's trickling in one by one. There's no coordinated team fights coming out. But it's also largely due to Rogue just picking apart their team methodically. We saw Psycho Waffle getting focused down completely by Nox and Soon almost every single team fight. That Tracer and Winston combo just jumping on top of the DJ. Now AKM hovering over this Widowmaker. We've seen a lot of Widowmaker so far here on Ilios.
And I mean, it did well actually in the last time that we saw it. I mean, Rogue pulling it out after it was pulled out against them, and they're looking for a little bit of contest here, and AKM just going to spot that out, make sure that that's not going to be the case, and now they know that it's not going to be a contest, so he is the only Widowmaker and looking for some pot shots at the moment, and nobody really kind of in the right realm to try to deal with them. KSF, I imagine, is going to be able to shift over, and he already finds the kill onto Nox here, and AKM actually taken down very low. Psycho Waffle actually is the one that finds that pick, and we do see you guys get paid. This time, they are the ones who convincingly take that first fight and take control of the point up first here.
Yeah, that kind of looks like my Lucio gameplay. Whenever no one's dealing with the backline threats or dealing with the Widow, I just try and jump up myself, knock her out of position, and just, you know, get some free damage off. But there we go. AKM is actually going to stick on with it, not able to connect with the shot quite yet. Beast Halo is trying to find him, but now he finds himself in the middle of the entirety of Rogue, gets taken out by Onko, and here we go. Rogue started to press forward.
And Psycho Waffle in this backline now, trying to get maybe a boop going for himself, as he does actually just go ahead and expend that right there, and AKM still hasn't really done much. So, oh, what the reverse cast a curse, man. I don't know.
But yeah, there we go. Nox cleaning up 2 kills. Both of the supports on down now. They're on the hunt. Beast Halo will go down, and so you guys get paid. Only able to get 44% on the board there. Ultimate advantage going in favor on the side of Rogue as AKM lands that body shot onto Moffat, takes him out, and take a look. AKM, no fear whatsoever. He is pushed up all the way. He's on the front line as a Widow.
I was just about to say, you know, I don't want to give him all too much credit. I don't want to give him like an ego starting things off. And as soon as I was about to say that, he just lands that next shot, was able to secure that kill. Granted, it wasn't anything too insane. It was basically like a free body shot that his team would have secured anyways. But still, now he's got the info side up, so now his team knows exactly where these guys are going to be coming from. Soon already finding a pick onto Mr. Squishy, and again, Soon has been all over this support player here of Mr. Squishy, and he's been able to really kind of contend with him a lot. Moffat going to be able to find that kill though, so now they're going to have a 6v5 as soon as Mr. Squishy gets back into the fray, and that is going to be the case pretty soon here. AKM looking for an opportunity to find a pick once again, and not really having a whole lot of options as you guys get paid. Actually have done well to try to shut him down, not give him any kind of lines to work with. Moffat are going to find that kill, and AKM going to be backed up a little bit here and actually killed off as well.
Yeah, they had to pop that Transcendence as Nico had that Dragon Blade out, though Mr. Squishy getting his revenge onto Soon. They're going to back away, but at this point, the point is still actually in favor of Rogue. No one was actually contesting it the entire time as they were looking for these kills. Now it's going to be Wins versus Beast Halo on the point. Wins just backs off. They are able to catch out Mr. Squishy. Now Moffat in the middle of them. Now we do have KSF. He's got that Dragon Blade, and he's trying to get on the hunt for Nico here, and he does get taken off by Soon.
And really nice kill there as they shut down the Dragon Blade and the Genji there, which is really, really important, as now Nico is going to be able to secure that Dragon Blade a lot sooner than his counterpart here on the opposition. And with it being so close here and no value found in such an impactful ult, you know, that's definitely boding well here for Rogue, who are looking to close this out. They do have the Sound Barrier coming up, which is going to be big for them. Psycho Waffle looking for an opportunity to release his, but he's coming back from spawn. He's not anywhere close, and they're going to be battling back now. KSF barely hanging on, and Soon landing that stick. Man, this guy is a monster with these so far, and that is going to be what looks like Rogue hanging on here and winning this second map out. 99-44 Jamerson. This team is looking phenomenal right now.
Yeah, there was an opportunity there for you guys get paid to actually be a bit more competitive on this map. When we saw Soon go into the backline, stick that pole spawn, get the kill, but then he got caught out himself. We saw Rogue actually backing away off the point and giving a lot of space on over to you guys get paid, but you guys get paid. Instead, they waited a little bit too long to try and engage. Once they actually went for the engage, they ran past the point, didn't take control of it, even though it was empty for the most part. And then they just gave over a free 40-50%. on over to Rogue. And so you can't make these mistakes. Like, you need to fight for every single map. And now they are on match point on the side of Rogue.
And interesting enough, we're seeing actually that 2-2-2 setup with the Fair Mercy. And going up is going to be AKM and Unko here into that more traditional dive setup on the side of You Guys Get Paid. KSF space going to be on Genji and Soldier here, with Moffat actually on the Tracer. And they're already trying to find some early damage. Again, this is all basically about AKM finding some early damage, lands it in the back, and then as soon as they get someone low, they just try to find a kill, and that's just not going to happen this time, as KSF is all over the board, man.
Yeah, great job. They just forget about the Pharah, deal with everyone else on the ground first, break the line of sight, play underneath, you know, the roofs, and make sure she's not getting the free damage off. And KSF on that Genji, you got to be careful. These Genjis, once they start getting the resets in, they just dish out so much damage with that Swift Strike. Moffat now in the front line, just trying to get some information as the rest of You Guys Get Paid are going to go ahead and regroup, waiting for this next push coming out from Rogue.
And again, AKM just looking for some damage early on, but they're so good at just getting away from these sight lines. They did it very well against that Widowmaker, and now doing it again here against AKM. Look at the opportunities that he's been able to have. It's virtually none, and they've been able to shut down the ground game completely here by just disallowing AKM from having any use at all. We see Unko switching over to the Ana. I imagine AKM is going to swap as well, as he hasn't really found any good use as well, and he actually is going to make that swap over to the Soldier, so they're going to go ahead and get that that mirror composition, of course, with the change-up being the Zenyatta Ana matchup as well. But now AKM on the Soldier is certainly going to be able to contest a lot better, I think.
Ooh, Beast Halo dropping really low, has to proc that Primal Rage. Now it's going to be KSF. He's got that Dragon Blade, but no one's quite in sight. There we go. He's able to dash in, gets the kill onto wins. Now there are a few members over here. It's just going to be that Tracer soon going down to space, though, and they cleaned that up handedly. Now looking like a completely different team. 65% on the board for You Guys Get Paid, and they're trying to keep their tournament hopes alive at this point against Rogue.
The problem here is that with those two first fights won so easily by You Guys Get Paid, by just shutting out AKM and in a way kind of in turn shutting out Unko as well, they just are so far ahead now, and it's gonna take a lot for them to be able to actually turn this back around. Space going with that tactical visor, he's able to clean up a kill there onto Nox, and without that extra space creation, it seems as though we are gonna be seeing You Guys Get Paid just jump in there, but Nano Boost coming out onto AKM as he's looking for an opportunity actually to go ahead and get that tactical visor of his own up, and he's gonna pull it up into the Tracer, does find that kill, and it's overtime now, and he's the only one on. He actually is going to be killed off. Overtime should tick down pretty quick, but Rogue actually is on the point, and they're trying to flip it at the moment, and that's soon on the point, trying to hold on. They finally kill him off. Nox with the Discord is going to be taken out as well, and it should be You Guys Getting Paid, or You Guys Get Paid actually holding on and turning this into 2-1.
Yeah, we're finally seeing some signs of life coming up from You Guys Get Paid here, but it's just on the Lighthouse portion. Now the next two maps, it's just the ones that Rogue have already won pretty handedly, and so it's going to be a very difficult uphill struggle. We'll see if they make any swap-offs as we are going on to to Ruins here, and this was the map where You Guys Get Paid definitely had an opportunity to take. I believe it was around 160%. Instead of just the 0 to 100 that we saw on Well, but AKM already hovering over on that Widowmaker. He did have some impact on the game, probably not the most that he would want, but we'll see. Unko is hovering over that. Never mind, just gonna go Ana. That's the right choice.
Yeah, I think this one was 100 to 44, but AKM actually is going to be going back over to that Widowmaker to see if he can actually find some picks a little bit earlier on. We didn't see him getting all too much in the beginning, and they lost that first fight because of it, but other than that, they were definitely looking pretty strong, and he's going to go with a different just sightline here to try to take advantage of just this angle that he's got over on the side, looking for a pick onto the Soldier, landing some decent damage against the Winston, but that's been basically it so far, and because of that, once again here, we do see You Guys Get Paid with a couple of opportunities to make the most of this situation, but man, as soon as Rogue executes, they are all over the board. Still a bloodbath on both sides, though.
Yeah, it's just trading back and forth. The Nico, the last one there. Now finally, Space jumps onto the point. He should be able to secure it for his team, but soon cleaning up Beast Halo. There's a window of opportunity for them to contest. No, they're just gonna go ahead and give it away to You Guys Get Paid. Let them have it for now, but AKM is immediately switched off. He's on that Soldier now.
And you have to wonder, I mean, would it be better for them to just try to be a little bit more consistent with the picks? As you know, certainly once he goes over the Soldier, I think they're a lot better. But he did well with the Pharah initially, so I think that's why they just want to keep trying stuff like that out. And we do see You Guys Get Paid trying to hold on to this one. They still have control here. Rogue looking for an opportunity to make the play and make the flip as well, and Beast Halo just doing way too much alongside Moffat here to be able to hold on to this. Soon still the one-man warrior as Nico comes in and finds the kill right after Soon gets taken out as well, and that's going to be space to fall as well.
They're staggering on one by one, just trying to keep this alive. But now, with Nox there on the point, they are not going to be able to hold on to it. So that's going to be You Guys Get Paid. They were able to get 40% on the board before Rogue flipping on over. Now they've got the Dragon Blade, the Nano Blade online on the side of Rogue for this next defense.
And we will see if that's going to be very decisive. I mean, KSF is going to be contending with that as well, as he's got his own Dragon Blade that I imagine they're going to want to use to flip this point. And Dragon Blade already coming out from both sides, and it's going to be the Nano Blade coming out on the side of Rogue. And KSF, Nico finding 3 to KSF's 2, and he's in the lead at the moment, but he needs to find this kill on KSF. Do they want to close this out? And they do indeed find that. And they just need to deal with the Tracer here, and if they decide that they want to stagger this one out, that might be good for them. But of course, on a stagger on a Tracer isn't that impactful. But still, they hold on, and now it's tied up here on Ruin.
Yep. 45% on the board and ticking up for Rogue. Remember, this is match point. Eichenwald going the way in Rogue's favor in our first map in this matchup. And Rogue, they just want to walk away with this easy 4-0 for themselves, as we do have You Guys Get Paid starting to push up. Moffat is able to connect on that pulse bomb, but Nox immediately goes ahead and uses that primal raise to keep himself alive. AKM with the Helix rocket kill, but once again, it's KSF keeping it alive for You Guys Get Paid. Moffat does clean up AKM, and now they are on the point. About 70%. It is starting to get contested, but soon will go down. Now it's Nico's opportunity to try and keep this alive. He finds 1 kill onto Beast Halo. Now this is definitely a window for them to try and get back in, but Moffat cleans him up, and KSF will be able to get that final swipe onto Nox. They'll flip it back on over, but 80% on the board, as we do have the tactical visor for AKM. They're pushing forward along with that sound barrier, but there's almost 4 or 5 on the side of You Guys Get Paid.
What you really want right here is for AKM to be able to utilize that tactical visor into KSF's blade, but I think he's going to be pulling it out a little bit sooner here to try to secure some kills, and we'll have to see if that's going to be the case. But nonetheless, Beast Halo all over AKM alongside Space there, and it looks as though You Guys Get Paid able to take this fight. I think they only had to actually use Psycho Waffle there. I mean, I don't know if they actually used Space's ult in that particular fight. I don't think they did, but nonetheless, they still have a lot of options, and it is going to be tied up here with just about 20 seconds left to go. And if they don't win this next fight, Rogue are going to be taking this to another Game 5 here on Ilios.
All right, Sound Barrier getting popped by Rogue, and immediately we have Nico. He's going to go ahead and use that Dragon Blade, but the Transcendence on the side of You Guys Get Paid will keep them alive, though. Psycho Waffle does go down. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, 1 for support for the other, but Mr. Squishy starting to come in. It's going to be now down to a 4v4 as it is in overtime. Space, great kill, but he immediately gets cleaned up by Nox. Nox almost falls off the map. He's going to go ahead and use that Primal Rage to get right back on, and now he's just trying to focus down his counterpart. He's right on top of Beast Halo. He's getting knocked around. Point will get flipped in Rogue's favor as Soon gets that kill onto Moff, and it's both the doppelgangers taking out their other counterpart.
And we will see some aggression. Oh, nice play from KSF there to just give a little space to I think it was Psycho Waffle and secure him to be able to be alive. And that's going to be big because they definitely need the Lucio in this one. And look at that, Soon coming together alongside Nico to find the kill on Space. Pulse Bomb coming out. That's going to stick as well. And man, Rogue just cleaned this one up so efficiently here, Jamerson.
But Ruins, largely, I would say, the most contested point here on Ilios, as we've gone to it twice so far. And honestly, there was an opportunity for You Guys Get Paid to actually take that first point on Ruins. Unfortunately, you know, they neglected the point and fell off of it in favor of kills. But man, this was so close to going to map number 3, or at least the point number 5.
Yeah, it definitely was pretty close to going to a point number 5 there. But even if it went to point number 5, I think there was a pretty good chance of us seeing that first map. I mean, obviously, I don't really know how that works. With it basically would have been a coin flip. But if it would have went to that first map, even if it would have went to the map that they lost pretty decisively on, I still think that it would have gone in favor of Rogue, and ultimately they would have won. I think the big reason why they lost so hard on that third map was because they just got so far behind. AKM was given virtually no opportunities when it actually came down to it in the first two fights. Then they were just so far behind. They weren't able to win that third fight. They tried to win the fourth one, which would have been their biggest opportunity to actually get back into it. But by then they were just so far behind that it was just too difficult for them to battle back. And that for that reason, they actually lost that map. Now, moving into this next matchup, you guys get paid. Certainly looked decent on Ilios up against Rogue as they almost got it to that game 5. But going up against a team like Tempo Storm, things are going to switch up a little bit. Tempo Storm right now, if we look at the standings after this last game with Rogue winning out 2-0 both times here, they're sitting, of course, at the top 4-0 for them. Team Liquid now with 3-1. And then down with you guys get paid is going to be 0-4. And now the other team that we're going to be seeing today is going to be Tempo Storm. They're currently sitting at 1-2. And of course, if Tempo Storm wins out this game, I mean, pretty much what we're seeing already is you guys get paid is just there's virtually no way that they can actually get into the playoffs at the moment. I think the only way is if they beat Tempo Storm and then Tempo Storm loses out. That they would be able to actually secure that. And then I think FaZe Clan has to lose out as well, but you guys get paid has already lost to FaZe. So I mean, there's pretty much no way. So at this point, this is now just going to be Tempo Storm trying to secure their spot in the finals right now. They need this win to be able to maintain their spot in 4th at the moment, as again, they're sitting 1-2. And they need to be able to close this one out. Guys, this is going to be coming your way in just a moment here. Again, I'm Hurix. I'm with Jamerson here. We're going to be jumping into this third game in just a couple of minutes. Again, there's not going to be too much of a delay. We already got one of the teams in the lobby, so make sure you guys hang on. We'll be right back.